Have you ever looked around and wondered why some people seem to get ahead financially, while others, no matter how hard they work, just seem to be stuck? This very question is the foundation of Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. The book tells the story of Robert's two dads. It's about two different mindsets, and 5 lessons that can change your financial life. So let's get right into it. Today we're going to break down the 5 most important lessons from this book that you need to understand right now. Why do some people become rich while others struggle financially? This book reveals the mindset differences. Lesson 1. The rich don't work for money. This is the big one. The poor dad worked for his paycheck. The rich dad, on the other hand, understood that this was a losing game. He taught Robert that the wealthy don't work for money. They have money work for them. It means instead of being an employee, you need to think like an owner. Think like an investor. An investor's income has the potential to be unlimited. So, how does this work in the real world? Employee mindset, great, I can buy a new TV. Investor mindset, great, I can use this money to buy a few shares of a dividend-paying stock. The TV is an expense that loses value. The stock, however, is an asset. It can pay you dividends. Repeat this process and the results can be life-changing. The goal is to create enough passive income from assets to cover living expenses. Once you reach that point, you are financially free. The rich focus on building money-making machines first. They live below their means and pour every extra dollar into assets. The poor and middle class tend to do the opposite. Upgrade lifestyle and stay trapped in the cycle. Move money from consumption into income-producing assets. Start small, be consistent. Next, know your assets from your liabilities. Understand this. It changes how you spend and save. Lesson 2, coming up. Many assume their home is an asset when often it is a liability until it cash flows. If you buy and rent and positive cash flow results, the house becomes an asset. Assets put money in your pocket. Liabilities take money out. Coming up, concrete examples and how to start filling your asset column. This next lesson sounds simple, but it's where most people get tripped up. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out. The rich acquire assets. The poor and middle class acquire liabilities they think are assets. Example, your house. Many think it's their biggest asset, but mortgage payments, taxes, insurance, repairs and utilities take money out every month. It's a cash-draining liability until it cash flows. Buy and rent it out. If rental income exceeds expenses, it becomes an asset. Dividend stocks, bonds, cash-flowing rentals and profitable businesses are assets. Over time, these assets build wealth through compounding income and appreciation. A middle-class balance sheet is filled with liabilities, mortgage, car loans, credit card debt. Money flows in from salary and immediately out to liabilities. Change your financial statement to change your future. Start acquiring assets, one at a time. Automate transfers to investments and let compounding work for you. Focus energy and money on filling your asset column. A commuter car you drive to work, a phone on payments, credit card debt, liabilities, dividend payouts, rent deposits, profits from a business, assets. A rich person's balance sheet is loaded with income-producing assets. Next, mind your own business and your financial IQ. Start small, automate, and focus on assets. Over time, they pay for your life. Up next, mind your own business. When Rich Dad says, mind your own business, he doesn't mean be secretive. He means spend time building your asset column. Your profession pays today's bills. Your business builds tomorrow's freedom. Schools teach us to work for money, but they don't teach how money works. You must fill that gap yourself. Learn investing, accounting, markets, and the law. Read books, listen to podcasts, take courses. After you get your paycheck, don't spend it all. Immediately use a portion to buy an asset. Start a side hustle. Buy an index fund, save for a rental down payment. The specific asset matters less than the habit of building the asset column. Don't confuse profession with business. Your profession pays today's bills. Your business builds tomorrow's freedom. Start acquiring assets one at a time. Boost your financial IQ. Do whatever it takes to learn. Next, work to learn, not to earn. Take a job to learn skills. Negotiating, financing, property management. After learning, you can start your own business. This is a long-term strategy that requires delayed gratification. Chase the skills. The money will follow. This lesson is particularly important for young people starting careers, but it applies to everyone. Poor dad, find a high-paying, secure job. Rich dad, choose a job for what it will teach you. Skills matter more than short-term money. Sales, marketing, communication, negotiation. Leadership and understanding financial statements. If offered a high-paying repetitive job or a lower-paying role that teaches skills, take the skills. Those skills will serve you far better in the long run. Real world. An assistant may earn little but learns finding deals, negotiating, financing, property management. After a few years they can start their own investing business. This requires delayed gratification and long-term planning. Resist impulse purchases. Build skills and assets instead. Learn by doing. Ask, what new skills will this job teach me? How will it build my future business? The more skills you have, the more ladders you can build. The money will follow once you build skills and systems. Finally, the power of your mindset. Be patient, learn, and prepare to act. Ultimately, the biggest difference between the rich dad and the poor dad wasn't their education or their income. It was their mindset. Your thoughts shape your reality when it comes to money. The poor dad had a mindset of fear and scarcity. Instead of saying I can't afford that, ask how can I afford that? This simple change opens your mind and forces creativity. It forces you to find solutions. The poor dad saw risk as something to avoid. The rich dad saw risk as something to manage. The key is to become educated so you can manage and minimize risk. There is no reward without some level of risk. Everyone who is successful has lost money at some point. The winners learn from it. They see failure as a lesson, not a final judgment. Iterate. Cultivate curiosity, creativity, and courage. Your thoughts are the first asset you need to build. Overcome fear by taking calculated small steps. Study, plan, and act. Opportunities come to those who look for them and prepare. Your mindset is the engine of your financial journey. Make the choice to be the rich dad in your own story. 5 powerful lessons that reframe your relationship with money. 1. The rich don't work for money, they make money work for them. 2. No assets versus liabilities. Focus on acquiring assets. 3. Mind your own business. Build your financial IQ. 4. Work to learn. Chase skills, not just paychecks. 5. Cultivate a rich mindset. Ask, how can I afford this? Not I can't. Small, consistent actions compounded over time lead to life-changing results. Start today. Buy the book, open a brokerage account, or research one side hustle. Take one small action right now. Make a purchase, make a transfer, make a note. Talk with family, plan together, and start building your asset column. Rich dad, poor dad, change your mindset, change your life. If you found this helpful, like, subscribe, and check the description for more book summaries. Make the choice to be the rich dad in your own story. Thank you. See you next time.